The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
All right. Thank you for joining us here today. With me, we have St. Louis native, Para Syte. How are you doing this fine evening?
Pretty good. Just had a match. A little tired.
Oh, I'm sure. How did the match go? Who did you face?
It went well. I won, so.
Great. Now, who did you wrestle?
I wrestled a fellow contender named Hanson.
Great. Now, is this the CHWA, the College Hills Wrestling Alliance?
There is, yep.
Great.
Right behind you, I actually see the setup and tear down on TV, our backstage. So
Nice. So tell us a little about the promotion. Some of the guys in it. What's it like?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. This whole promotion actually started as a backyard company. We used to wrestle in a ring in the backyard, and then it kind of just evolved into what it is now. So it's really cool, and we're finally making a big pop in St. Louis right now. So
Great. It's got to be pretty amazing, seeing it go from, a backyard into involving something that's on a weekly show on Sunday nights.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Great. What have been some of your favorite matches that you've had, since the promotion?
My favorite matches, I would say, when I held the U.S. title, P.T. Beckham, which is a big local name here in St. Louis, he was the world champion here at CHWA, and me and him went head-to-head, and so far I think that's been my favorite match.
Great. And I did see recently you did apply, for an official wrestling license. What's the journey been like, obtaining that?
It's been hard. It's been so starting as a backyard company, like I guess the wrestlers that's been around for so many years look down on us, and it's been a real hard journey up this ladder, but I think we're finally proving everybody wrong in the company, and I think it's cool.
The big things, even they'll tell you, the guys in the big companies, is you just got to find a way to get over with the fans.
Yep.
That's really more what it is, not, where you are, where you started, is do you put smiles on the faces in the crowd?
Yeah.
So now, how did you get into wrestling? What was that like?
So I actually, funny story, I actually used to wrestle in a friend's basement, and we just did it as like a joke and thought it was kind of cool because we watched it on TV. And then eventually we found this backyard company, CHWA, and they were like, well, if you guys want to wrestle, you can wrestle with us. So I've kind of been with them ever since. And I went and joined the military during this time, and I left and came back and decided I just wanted to be a wrestler full time. So
great. Who did you watch when you were younger, to make you get interested and keep your interest?
So my favorite has always been either Steve Austin or Randy Orton. Local.
Oh yeah, he's the local favorite down there, I'm sure.
Yep.
Now, what kind of? I see you. You post pictures. With tag partner. What do you prefer? Do you prefer tag matches? Do you prefer singles matches more?
I prefer singles matches more, but tag matches are definitely really, really fun.
Plus, get a little break here and there, kind of catch your breath, I imagine.
Yeah. It's I think it prolongs my career being in a tag team. So
definitely, for sure. So I do see, you're a fan of Yugioh.
Got the tattoo on my arm right here.
Oh, nice. So the news of the creator dying, obviously pretty devastating.
Yeah.
What have been some of your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh moments?
Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh moments?
Yeah.
It's got to be the original Exodia Obliterate. Like that's iconic.
Mm-hmm. So at what point, going from backyard wrestling to where you are now, you started out for fun.
Mm-hmm.
What point was it realized, what, this is all I really want to do for the rest of my life as a career? What was it that made it click in your mind, that you wanted to take it more serious?
Sorry, it kind of cut out right there.
That's right. So my question was, starting out in backyard wrestling, kind of as a hobby, what point was it when it clicked in your mind to decide I want to take this from a hobby to a career?
I think it started about a year ago, almost 2 years ago, around the time the pandemic kind of was dying off, and we were about to get back into the ring. I think that's whenever I kind of made the jump that, I mean, if I go in, I have to go full cards.
Nice.
Put all my cards on the table.
Now, what are some of your career goals? What are you hoping to accomplish long term?
I just want to kind of show the fans that watch the show to remember that it's a show, and I mean, like, I want them themselves to think creatively and think outside the box and be themselves ultimately. So
Show people how to be an artist per se.
yeah, yep.
Perfect. Now you got some other big shows coming up. Look out below. What other shows do you got coming up? That you want to promote. Talk about what you have coming.
So at the end of the month, this month, July 29th, I believe, it's Rungs of Glory at CHWA. It's going to be our big pay-per-view. The only way you can watch it is if you subscribe to the CHWA Patreon, or buy a ticket and show up to Cottage Hills, Illinois. I also have MMWA in St. Louis and South Broadway next month, hopefully, if I get my license back soon.
One thing I've noticed with the CHWA is that ticket prices are very reasonably priced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we try to beat everybody around here, and I think that's why we've gotten so big.
Taking the family out for an event, isn't cheap anymore. But when you see $10 tickets, I'm like, that's great. You can take your family out for that kind of price.
Yeah, I like to think that CHWA is like it's obviously bottom of the barrel in independent wrestling, but this is definitely a place that you should go to get your foot in the door and kind of figure out the ins and outs of wrestling. I think it's really cool being a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a place to start, and if it's there, great, get your start there. One thing I did notice you accomplished, which hey, great for you, is you recently celebrated 1 year of sobriety. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
I imagine that was a very tough journey to make it that first year.
Yeah, I mean, it was so that last year of drinking, it just wasn't good. I had a lot of bad moments, bad memories, so I kind of just gave it up altogether, and I'm a lot now.
Yeah. I mean, that first year of the pandemic, it was easily available and just nothing else to do, so that probably did it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right, so before we kind of wrap up here, we do have one last segment. I call it the electric chair. 6 kind of rapid fire questions. Cool. Some wrestling, some not wrestling. Just whatever comes to mind first, that's your answer.
All right, let's get to it.
So what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Strawberry.
Ooh, good choice. City you would love to travel to wrestle in?
LA, California.
I think the big three, when you talk about the big wrestling cities, it's got to be LA, Chicago, and New York.
Yeah.
If you had a choice to wrestle at a music festival or an anime convention, which one are you going to?
Ooh, music festival for sure. I love it.
I've seen those combinations, with the wrestling music festival, and those always look like so much fun.
Yeah.
The best TV show to binge watch.
Best TV show?
Yes.
Umbrella Academy. But if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's good.
I got to finish catching up, but yeah, I have. It is pretty neat. What would be your dream vacation if money was no object?
Probably back to my birth state, Florida, the Key West, Florida.
Now it's time to go. Beautiful weather. And if you can go back in time and witness one wrestling match, front row, what match would it be?
Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Forgot which one it was, but the one where he retired.
Yeah. I know they wrestled back to back. So yeah, that second one, I want to 23 or 24 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, great. Well, thank you for joining us here. Where can people catch you if they want to find more about you?
You can find me on Facebook. My name is Para Syte. Para first name, Syte with a Y last name. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Posthuman Parasite. I also have a clothing line called posthumanaapparel.com. You can check my stuff out there. And I think that's
great. Yep. And we will link everything in the video description as well here on YouTube. Parasite, thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening.
for having me.